Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're diving into the intercept confrontation round from Universe League. If you're not familiar with this round, here's how it works. Each song is performed by two teams, one starter team and one bench team. It's all about seeing how each team interprets the same track and makes it their own. Instead of ranking the performances, I'll be comparing both teams, breaking down what they did well, highlighting standout members, and discussing what made each performance unique. And of course, we'll reveal the winning team for each battle along the way. Let's jump right in and start with the first song, Ignition, and see how Rhythm's starter team handled the challenge. So let me start by talking about Rhythm's starting team and how they approached Ignition. As I mentioned in my last video, Chi-En got traded to Rhythm, and he's really thriving in this team. You can just tell how much he loves it here. Rhythm's teamwork is on another level. Their chemistry is amazing, super energetic, and they genuinely get along so well. Chi-En himself even said it felt very different compared to Team Beat. He also got along really well with Shuaibo. It's really nice to see that kind of connection. You can tell Rhythm really motivated Chi-En. I feel like being in this team gave him that extra push to keep working hard, and he fits in so well. Now for their stage, wow, they were amazing. There was nothing lacking at all. They brought their A game and really showed us what they were capable of. I have to mention JL. He really brought some extra color to the track. His presence and execution stood out in such a positive way. But honestly, everyone in Rhythm's starting team stood out in their own way. They each brought something unique to the performance, and together they made the song feel like it was truly theirs. I'd like to give them major props for how quickly they adapted to this brand new track. It's not easy to take a song you've just been given, rehearse it, and perform it at such a high level, but Rhythm did it with so much confidence and professionalism. It was super impressive. Now let's talk about Beat's bench team and how they did with Ignition. This team had so much riding on their performance. 6 out of 7 members have yellow cards, and 3 of them came down from the starting lineup. You could tell they were really desperate to give it their all, and it showed in their practice sessions. I loved seeing how Dongyun was so supportive throughout the process. He really boosted everyone's morale and kept the energy positive, which I think was so important given the circumstances. What I also found impressive was their decision to switch things up. They made changes to the choreography to make the performance more impactful and leave a stronger impression on the audience. Even Rhythm's mentors, who came in to check on their progress, admitted they were surprised. They said Beat's bench team left such a strong impact on them that it made them worried for their own starter team. That just speaks volumes about how much effort they were putting in. When it came to their stage, they absolutely delivered. Jong Fan stood out, he's just amazing. And Junhyuk and Jiwei's vocals, insane. They really nailed their harmonies and dynamics. Choreo-wise, they were clean, and the energy was definitely there. I also want to mention how happy I was to see Royce get more screen time this time. He's really improved, just like the mentors said, and it's great to see him starting to shine. In all fairness, Beat Bench team really did an amazing job here. Compared to their previous performances, this was such a huge step up for them, and it showed how much they've grown. Honestly, I think they could have won if they had been challenged by a different group. Despite that, this was still an incredible battle, and Beat Bench team absolutely gave it their all. They deserve so much credit for that. When it comes to Ignition, both teams brought something unique to the table, and their efforts are equally deserving of praise. If I had to choose, I'd say Rhythm's starter team edged out slightly for me. They just felt so polished and well-rounded, delivering a performance that truly showcased their synergy and talent. That said, Beat Bench team was no less impressive. Their determination and the creativity they infused into their stage left a lasting impression. Honestly, I think both performances had their own merits, and it's hard not to appreciate them equally in their own ways. In the end, Rhythm's starter team was announced as the winner, which wasn't much of a surprise considering how strong they are. Still, my heart goes out to Beat Bench team. They've worked so hard, and it's tough seeing them face another loss. They really deserve recognition for how much they've grown and the effort they poured into this performance. Let's talk about Mamma Mia. This song was performed by Beat Starter Team and Groove Bench Team, with the latter's performance taking place in episode 5. So, I'll cover both teams' performances here. First, Beat Starter Team. I have to say, they absolutely nailed it. They really understood the meaning of the song, and you could feel it in their performance. Their desperation to debut and their desire to leave a mark was so noticeable, it resonated in every note and movement. It's clear that El Capitan created this song specifically with them in mind. Kairi and Woonki's vocals blended smoothly. It was satisfying to listen to. Yeonjun's rap was powerful and on point, adding such a strong dynamic to the performance. And Jinho's intro was so eye-catching, it set the tone for the entire stage perfectly. The whole team exuded amazing stage presence, and I've honestly been rewatching their performance multiple times because it's just that good. They embodied the essence of Mamma Mia and made it their own. Right from the start, you can feel the vibe is completely different from Beat Starter Team's performance. Groove's take on Mamma Mia was much more smooth and sexy. Like they said themselves, they really leaned into that sultry energy. Vocally, they were absolutely on point. Hanseo's voice was good, and Ju Young really impressed me too. Their dance part together had such a cool, synchronized flow. And as always, Zenzen's vocals were great. You can always count on him to deliver. Kyungho also really stepped up here. His performance was strong, and he brought an energy to the stage. It's clear that everyone in Groove Bench Team had their moment to shine, and they each brought something unique to the table. Groove Bench Team's performance had a different kind of intensity compared to Beat Starter Team's, but it was just as captivating in its own way. They're very coordinated. I enjoyed this performance a lot. When it comes down to which performance I liked more, I have to say I lean more towards Beat Starter Team's version. The energetic vibe they brought really connected with me. Their passion and drive were so clear, and when I think of Mamma Mia, their performance is the first one that comes to mind. I loved how they completely embraced the intensity and desperation of the song. It felt so raw and real. That being said, I have to give Groove Bench Team credit for their own unique take on the track. They brought a different energy to the table, one that was smooth, confident, and definitely stood out in its own way. In the end, Groove Bench Team took the win. I have to say, Woonki's reaction was really hard to watch. He looked so crushed, knowing how hard he and the rest of Beat Starter Team worked to keep Mamma Mia. It's never easy to lose a performance you put so much effort into, but both teams gave us incredible performances and truly made Mamma Mia their own. Now let's talk about Prison. And wow, Groove Starter Team really did something special with this one. Their vocals are out of this world. Park Han was incredible. His stability and control on such a difficult song is insane. He nailed it, and it's no surprise they were able to bring this level of performance, especially given how challenging the song is. Jae-ho really stepped up, assisting Han with the harmonies. His vocals were strong and perfectly supported Han. Heejin and Gangdong also deserve a mention. They came in right after each other with that rap, and their energy brought an exciting dynamic to the stage. Kenta, with his deep voice, added a nice layer of depth, while Jongwoo's low tones were a treat to listen to as well. What's also great is the line distribution. Every member had their chance to shine, and none of them were left behind. Gajung's vocals, for example, were fantastic. His smooth tone and delivery really stood out. Each member contributed something unique, and together, they made Prison their own. Groove Starter Team brought so much precision, emotion, and unity to this performance. They made a difficult song look effortless, and they truly owned it. Honestly, I'm speechless about Rhythm Bench Team's performance of Prison. This performance was nothing short of incredible. I felt goosebumps just watching them, because everything about it was just so well done. They pulled off the choreography seamlessly, and their vocals were so clean and neat. It was honestly my favorite performance out of all of them. They truly captured the emotion of the song in a way that was so moving. Even Chung Soob acknowledged how impressive Rhythm's performance was. He even joked that they might steal the song from the original team. I'm so proud of this team. Every single one of them absolutely killed it. What stands out the most to me is how well they pulled off the concept. Even though there are no Korean members in this team, they showed just how much potential they have. You could feel the intensity and the emotion behind their performance. It was so powerful. Their synchronization was perfect, and yet every member was able to shine in their own part. Ato really redeemed himself here. He was fantastic as the center. and it was clear he took the responsibility seriously. Ayumu's voice change was so impressive. He switched from a deep tone to a soft melodic voice and then seamlessly went into rap. And his dance skills were on point as well. Mac? He really showed why he deserves to stay in the competition. But I have to say, Siren was really the highlight. He owned that stage, and I think his presence was magnetic. Everyone really stood out in this performance. Lee Januo's vocals and dance were amazing. How is he this good? Yuxin's voice sounds incredible as well. I honestly love listening to him sing. The way their voices complemented each other was perfection. Honestly, Rhythm Bench Team deserves all the praise for this performance. They all did their part flawlessly, and they really showed what they've got. It was a performance I could easily rewatch over and over again, and I truly think they nailed Prison. Between the two versions of Prison, I have to say, I personally resonated more with Rhythm Bench Team's performance. There was something about their energy and execution that just drew me in. It gave me that nostalgic second-gen vibe that I absolutely love. Groove's starter team was still incredible, though, and they definitely brought their own strengths to the stage. In the end, Groove was declared the winner, and honestly, I'm not mad about it. They deserved their win. But Rhythm Bench Team also deserves so much praise for their performance. It's just upsetting that they only scored 101 points for something so amazing. Seriously, they deserved way better. To me, this felt like a much closer match than the scores reflected, and I think that massive gap doesn't do justice to how well Rhythm performed. Both teams gave it their all and brought something unique to the stage, but for me, Rhythm really left an unforgettable impression. Now let's get into the final results. As you know, the rankings this time were based on a combination of 50% on-site votes and 50% online votes, with the online voting results coming from the first global fan vote. First, the on-site scores were announced, and then they were combined with the online scores to give the final results. After everything was tallied up, here are the rankings. Groove took first place with a total of 885 points. Rhythm came in second with 860 points. Beat, unfortunately, came in third once again with 643 points. Groove's win was well-earned, and they managed to avoid receiving any yellow cards this round. Rhythm had a solid performance too, but they received 3 yellow cards, which could be concerning going forward. Meanwhile, Beat received 6 yellow cards, adding even more pressure to their already tough situation. Now, let's dive into the individual rankings and scores. To keep it simple, I've included an image here with the full list of individual rankings, so you can see how everyone placed. At the end of episode 5, we also got to see the interim rankings for the second global fan vote. This gives us a glimpse into where the trainees currently stand as fan support continues to evolve. I've added an image here to show those interim rankings. Sadly, this round also brought eliminations. 5 trainees, Jiang Fan, Royce, Junhyuk, Jihoon, and Yeonjun, were eliminated due to earning an additional yellow card, bringing their total to 2. It's always tough to see talented contestants leave the competition, but their hard work and efforts won't be forgotten. Here's how the trades played out. Siren has been traded from Team Rhythm to Team Groove, while Zenzen moved from Team Groove to Team Rhythm. James has been traded from Team Groove to Team Rhythm, replacing Park Jiwon, who moved in the opposite direction to Team Groove. Kim Dong-yeon has been traded from Team Beat to Team Rhythm, while Jin Zeeming was sent from Team Rhythm to Team Beat. The next round is all about S, which stands for 7. This means only 7 members from each team will get the chance to perform, regardless of whether they're from the starter or bench lineup. The mentors will personally choose who makes it into the performance lineup. Those who aren't chosen, unfortunately, they won't get to go on stage at all and will automatically receive 0 on-site points. Their only chance to secure a good score will be through online voting. To make things even more intense, each team will be performing 2 songs this time, and the mentors can adjust the lineup for each song. That means some trainees might perform twice, giving them 2 chances to earn votes. And that wraps up the recap for episodes 4 and 5. Let me know in the comments which performances you loved the most, who you think will shine in the next round, and if you were surprised by any of the rankings or eliminations. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you won't miss any future updates. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.